Hi, and welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. It is minutes to 10. I'm still at Pam. Uh, just spending the last 2 hours looking for a mountain bracket that I had here. She moved it, don't even know where it is, so, you know, um, I'm extremely tired. We more heavy, we want more monitoring today. You guys see how much video I uploaded, including this one, and I will be filming on the way home. And I had a massive headache because of it. Then I've noticed within the past couple of days, every time I reach for this sweater, every time I grab this sweater, whether at my house or here, to put it on or to take it off, or to just move it, every time I grab it in my hand, it will either um, hear a car honking, or anything else, and uh, police sirens. So just as I was just grab my sweater to put on, hear a car honking, and because of the remote no monitoring, I said, before I forget, let me do this video. I'm just saying this in my mind, and about a few seconds later, the police showed up. Ooh, okay, so it just shows you how they're within the vicinity, listening, surveilling me in the home, listening to in home. This is why earlier today I showed the video when I walked into Pam's building. I was talking to the super. He was like standing there listening to the intercom, and I'm like, what? So I kind of startled him, and you hear him say, "Oh yeah, just you can hear, I can hear them in the intercom." That shit like that they do. Or sometimes they show me their walkie-talkie shit like that. Yeah, we listen to you, whatever. It's the same shit they keep regurgitating, right? So it doesn't bother me. I know I'm being surveilled. I know I'm being listened to. It doesn't really bother me. At least not to the extent that it used to, right? Because it doesn't matter what I do. They're still going to do it anyway. They're going to do it regardless, right? It's about control, and and then trying to keep you quiet about certain things, right? They don't want you me speaking out about what it is that they're doing and so forth and so forth. So I've noticed that like because of last week and the targeting with Pam and over the weekend and stuff like that. Since during the week I've usually been leaving early, and I didn't today because my because of the remote no monitoring because the headaches I had, and then on top of that, my back every time I sat down and got up, I hear my back crack. You literally hear a crack in my back. So I said, okay, let me lay down, for a few. And this was like about 7 o'clock or so because she came with the kids around minutes to 7, and I laid down for about an hour, a little bit more than an hour, what have you. Get ready to go. I said, you know what? Let me look for this mountain bracket that I have that I was looking for. So I've noticed that the longer that I stayed here, all of a sudden early on, she didn't start doing the whole. And she came in. She was very cool. We spoke for a little bit. She didn't do any of the talk except for constantly turning and looking out the window. That's about it. But none of the hand signals. And so she went to sleep, slept on my daughter bed, what have you. And the kids were hungry, so she asked me to um, give them dinner, which I did. While she was asking me, she was sleeping, she basically started doing the palm fixation drill, sticking her finger in her ears, like early on in the videos, and I talked about with my nephew's daughter when I was leaving. Her, she's doing the same thing too, right? And so, sending me these all these subliminal message about with the whole sticking the finger in the ears kind of thing. With her with the Pam again with the palm fixation drill, and like I said, it's a nonstop thing because, like I said, they want to act as if, like I said, sometimes I'll stay here. In the past, I would. I'm leaving tonight. I'm not staying here. But and I stay here too long, you know. Uh, they will try to keep me here, okay? Till they'll be letting off firecrackers, constant police. Every time I mention about going home, you hear sirens and stuff like that. Even earlier today when I said I gotta look for this, then I'm gonna leave. And my daughter asking me, "Are you staying?" I said, "I'm leaving." You had the police sirens again, trying to I'm here for past certain hours. They try to get me to stay. They start with the sirens, and they're being very very subtle with it too, right? So that's to not draw attention. And again, trying to keep me here right? Once you get past a certain period of time, I guess what have you, and when Pam is here, because they figure, well, yeah, we're gonna get her to manipulate him to do all these hand signals and all this stuff, and then we're gonna use the sirens every time he mentioned he's going home. We're gonna start hitting him with the sirens, the whoop, and then we're gonna start to make the gunshot sounds, right? And so there sometimes there days when I'm here for like 2 days. I stay for 2 days just to help out with the kids, or maybe even 3 days, right? So then recently they started sending these subliminal messages about if I stay here a fortnight. So I'm talking about how I've been playing the game Fortnite for the past few months, right? Because my son got me into it. We started playing it together, and I actually enjoy playing it. Takes my mind off of this stuff. And I recently got back into reading again. But again, because when I start reading, they start doing the remote no monitor, and every time I read certain words, they'll start doing the sirens and stuff like that, and it's just traumatizing. So even when I'm playing Fortnite, certain things like if you go on mission, certain things that the mission entails, they have a narrator, characters speaking, certain things that they say, you know, they would do the. Let me give you an example. So on certain missions, right, there's two characters talking, one male, one female, and the female character says to the male, no, the male character, says to the female character, he's like, I'm gonna put you on the nugget, the 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 not nice nugget list, right? Because this female character, he's talking about animals and especially chicken and stuff like that, and so every time in the game it has chicken. Every time I pick up the chicken, you can pick up the chicken, and you can jump, and you can jump further as if you don't have a chicken. So you can jump really really far with the chicken. You hold over your head and it jumps, and every time I pick up the chicken to get across the other side of the board, right, or the landscape, right, of that mission, and you get across it much quicker, and plus you have to look for certain things, and especially it's easier to see it in the air as opposed to run around on the ground. So every time I pick up the chicken, it would be police sirens. So as I say, so the male character says to the female character something about uh, I'm gonna put you on the chicken on the not nugget nice list, something like that. And she's like, well, yeah, well, I'm gonna put you on the creepo list. So when she said the word creepo, again, it started with the police siren and stuff like that. So I remember, a couple of weeks back, maybe a month or two, you know, they're just trying to send me subliminal message because they don't want me to keep recording, so they'll constantly do things to try to make me not record, right? So what they started doing was having a woman looking at my phone as I'm recording, you know, and so when that they keep looking at me with have you such and such, and when I was playing that game the same night, because during the day that's what they were doing, conditioning you. And then as soon as the female character said, I'm gonna put you on the people list, they had started with the police sirens, right? You hear whoop whoop afterwards. Okay, and from that time, every time that character says that, you hear police sirens. But I still record because I understand what it is that they're doing. They don't want to be exposed, so they're gonna try every single thing to try to shut me up, to try to prevent me from showing exactly this psychological, this coercive persuasion program, right? This thought reform mind control program. That's basically what it is. Okay, so you know, like I said, I studied this program for a long time. You know, I've been through this. I've been through this program. I've been in this program for a very long time. And here's another thing too, and it has to do with Pam. So, for me as a TI, when I was diagnosed with having, uh, you know, paranoia, paranoia, right? And I'm like, okay, and yes, I did have paranoia because when you're going through this stuff, you will be paranoid. That's without a doubt. But it's not something, and again, I was on medication, but every time I tried to engage in any sort of business venture, they would start psychologically attacking me. Whether because and I was on medicine, right? So during that time, I knew something was wrong. I knew that something is upside. Keep testing out theories off of my theories. Going outside, see what's going to happen. Stop taking my medication for a week, see what's going to happen. And it didn't matter whether I was taking the medication or not. They would still carry on with the same psyops. So it's not like they were trying to make you believe that you have a mental illness. they didn't care, right, whether you were on medication or not. And then I started to really analyze and read up about, psychological conditioning and certain things that have led me to this way. And I have to say, it is, uh, my ancestors, because they are within me and I am them and they are me, right? To look at things in a different manner and to try and figure out what's going on, to try to and expose the use of psychiatry as a tool to which uh, people are being um, manipulated, people are being programmed, and psychiatrists used to cover it up. So my goal was to always prove that, you know, my paranoia was based off of things that was really happening to me by people. Or it wasn't my mind that was creating these individuals. You know what I'm saying? I didn't vision these things, and when I see people doing certain stuff in front of me, it isn't my mind that's, yeah, my mind is seeing it and interpreting, but it's being done in front of me. This is why, when you start to see me recording, okay. But with Pam now, when she starts targeting me and stuff like that, I remember one time she said to me, um, she was like, "I'm crazy." She started laughing. You know, listen, just because if you're crazy, then so-called, so-called, I shouldn't even say crazy, but that's what she said. But if you have a mental illness, right, then do what I do, record, then go watch the video again. And if you don't see on the video what you saw in your mind, then I'll seriously say that, yeah, you do have a mental illness that's caused by, and I wouldn't say imbalance, but your mind is just not where it needs to be or where it is, right? So there's definitely something wrong. The reason why I started recording was for that, it's the very same reason. And when I reviewed the videos, I saw exactly what I saw. Okay, and this was every single day. You guys see, I have over 1,000 videos. Okay, probably over 2,000 videos, maybe even more than that. I can't even remember. I can't even keep count because it's been years and years since I've been doing this stuff. Okay, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say for me and how my behavior it is now, and even back then was based off of external factors that was being done to me, manipulation, covert tactics, covert methods being used to um, harm me, not just psychologically but physically, neurologically. Okay, and here I said neurologically, you hear the sirens, right? Because you see, I have proof, right? I have proof, neurological proof of the damage that they've done to me. And because they don't want to be held accountable, okay, they will try to, use people to try to accuse me and such and such. But again, like I said, we have to know who we're dealing with, who we're dealing with. And I understand their mindset very, very well. Okay? So this is why you'll see them use people, use young girls, try to create different themes. Okay? Because once you start studying this program, understand what has been done to you, you start to fight back. They don't like that. They don't like people that fight back. They don't. And that's with any repressive government, any repressive uh, uh, leadership. They don't like people that fight back and stand up for themselves and for others. They don't. It's one of those things that sociopath and psychopath and dark tribe personality cannot deal with. It's people standing up to them. Okay. So yeah, but anyway, just wanted to touch on that because again, you know, uh, and especially with Pam, the way she's, I'm just like, okay, so if I remember a time when when she didn't believe me, but then based on my behavior, when it didn't suit her, when she couldn't use me the way that she wanted to, she would then turn around and be like, you know what, yeah, I think you got a mental issue, okay? But yet here she is, and the fact that she doesn't want to clean up her house, she doesn't want to take the time, except to sleep. She only take care of the kids because, not because she wants to, but because what she's going to do, starve them. And again, I keep telling her, you need to go to therapy. But like with a lot of modern women, particularly black women, they want to have fun, and it's all about fun. Okay. And with my predicament that I've been in for the past 2 decades, possibly even longer. All right. It is, like for me, uh, being on disability, trying to provide for my kids, you know, have people sabotage anything that I do, you know, it's really really hard. Okay, but I'm committed to exposing what it is that they're doing, regardless of the cost due to me, and to let my children understand the truth and know the truth, so that as they get older, when these people come into their life, because these are cults, these are religious cults, religious fanatic cults, without a doubt. Okay, and those within the positions of authority have weaponized many different things against us as TIs, but also us as me as a black man and as black people. They have weaponized us against each other like you wouldn't believe. And I understand these things, and this is why they try to shut me down on Facebook, YouTube, all this stuff. Every time I show how they do certain things, when I expose their tactics, some of my videos get banned. Even to this day, I still cannot upload those videos. Okay, because those videos get banned. Right? And here I say the word ban, they'll be, every time I say that word to ban, especially when you're like, oh, I'm banned from women or what have you, such and such. Listen, my life don't you know my life is not predicated on me talking to a woman. Okay, if I find a woman that understands what I've been going through, she believes me, and she supports me, or what have you, then that's a good thing for me. Because what they've done to us as people is to separate us and to have us turn our backs on each other. And this is what they want. So when they do implement what they're going to implement, okay, people are going to be compliant, complicit, and people are going to be all for it. And there are those who are not all for it. It wouldn't matter, because they would have had the vast majority of people indoctrinated, conditioned, brainwashed, however you want to put it, into subserviency. Okay? So, with that being said, you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys in the next video.